Alright. So we found out that the Elixni have teleportation technology. We now know how to get around. So let's dig deeper and what else we can find. We need to find Lodi and have them tell us where we're headed to next. Back here in Exile's Accord. There was something back there. There was a chest back there I couldn't get in the arena. That's okay. With the Central Academy strangely capsule integrated the altar, the Exile's Accord remains untested. Wow, I see. Lodi is waiting for news of your discovery and eager to hear about the House of Exile's relocator. Moreover, now that you're secured and Acceleron, you may be able to access the deeper reaches of the Accord. Ooh. Well then, let's adventure deeper, shall we?
Good work out there. You got some real moves. Normally, agents that skilled at wet work have checkered pasts. Makes me wonder how you came to be so dangerous. With expanded access, we can investigate those Elixni in earnest, and find the truth about this so-called Archon. I've got some ideas on that. Catch up with me later to get started.
Okay. So now it just comes a little with some traversal. I'll stick around for a little bit of that. Where would the matter spark be? There it is. So yeah, the thing about having a checkered past, in terms of like the work and stuff, I mean, with us as Guardians, since the beginning, our instinct has been to kill, to survive, and to fight. Being granted with the powers of light, and now granted powers of darkness. Nice. Whee! And this is the Metroidvania part of the game, which I really appreciate. If you're clever enough, you can see all the little dainty secrets you could find as you traverse. They really did set it so that way you can, Nice. Alright, just as planned. Okay, cool. I believe... Oh, little frogs. Oh, I hope Captain Jacobson's okay. We haven't seen Captain Jacobson since Act 1. Goodbye. I'll take this, thank you. I like that this thing does have unlimited ammo, too. Ooh. Nice. Oh, that's right. This guy's got bolo grenades out the wazoo. Look at that. That was awesome. That was like 2 bounces. I respect the shot. But I gotta disrespect the shooter now. Oh! I could have sniper dueled him, but I wasn't going to. I didn't feel like it. Okay. If I remember this traversal correctly, there should be another cannon up here somewhere. Check. Oh, my mic's open in game. I didn't notice that. Let me fix that. Gameplay. Push to talk. Voice chat. Off. There we go. Silly me. Ooh. Cool. Alright. Not all of these chains are, incorporeal. Where do I go from here? Not that one. There it is. The music is so menacing. How close am I? Alright. Let's get in there.
Guardian, I've made myself a contact within the Elixni ranks. Apparently not everyone is happy with the way things are being run.
You little sleuth.
That's the idea. Anyway, there's apparently a power station nearby feeding a lot of juice into something off-site.
Got it. I'm reading high levels of arc energy.
It's mixing with signatures matching the singularity.
All right, Guardian, this has to be the house's power plant. There's a massive current moving through the cables around us. And gravitons.
My informant Kielsk tells me that power is going straight into a warship.
If we can get to a power plant's controls while it's charging their ship, we can send a lethal surge to it from here before it ever leaves port.
Crafty. And it'll buy time to hunt down the Strangelet capsule in the Accord. If we stop the singularity from expanding, stabilize Kepler, maybe they'll stand down.
A fat chance we talk a psycho like that off a ledge. He's a true believer in whatever psychos believe in.
They aren't leaving us many options. We need to reach the anomaly.
Deathless, why have you come? Glimpses are seen of your actions, but your motive ever shrouded. When my house found Saul, saw the great machine with your world, we left in defeated peace.
It looks like this station is actually drawing some form of power from these native cytocolonies. So, the slimes are their generators?
This whole place is wired like a rat's nest. That's worse than my ship.
The deathless was foretold. See how they must kill as prophesied? Giver Sight warned me of this final test. I'll be resilient, my house.
Look alive, hero. They're piping in splinter mines. Crazy sons of crabs are gonna cause a damn cave-in.
You're on bomb defusal, Guardian.
Lavask sure likes to talk, making a show of us barging into his house. Maybe we pull his moxie out from under him and he lets some intel slip.
Unless he sees that coming. All this prophecy talk. Back in my day, you kill a fella fair without knowing the future.
You think he's really clairvoyant? Okay, Guardian, we need to find a way to overload that control panel.
Once we do, the immense surge of current will wreak havoc on whatever warship the house is trying to power up.
Probably why they tried to blow us up. I guess they're trying to unplug. We should hustle up.
Like vile Vex, the Deathless is violence-driven. They cannot be turned away by reasoned words. Only blood.
Mighty Archon, we hear your prophecy. The Deathless kneels before the Giver with your blessing. Just open the way.
Will what now?
This was not our tricks. You conspire with metal invaders to keep us from the Giver. To draw our house into folly. Most devout Resilisk, your work is done. Bring these rebels with it. Their death is fated to be reborn.
Well, what's your next plan? Stand there with the guns pointed at each other until someone gets cold feet?
So the Archon didn't take the bait, but he mentioned being kept from the Giver. Sounds like, despite their push to the Singularity, something's still cutting them off from it. That means we don't have to rush right in unless they make a move. Maybe there's somewhere else we can apply pressure.
You're a kid. Those things been shooting at you since you landed on this dump, and you still haven't pulled your piece.
That's right. Unlike you, I don't prefer a gun to solve my problems when questions work just as well.
Enough. We may have knocked out their power, but the Archon's still out there. We'll need to be ready when they make their next move.
Alright. So yeah, the trick to that fight, or doing just like a lot of things on higher levels, is being able to keep your ability synergy up. So like, if you noticed how I was using my prismatic alongside my super ability, it helped keep the sustain of me being able to throw those grenades. In terms of the story where we're at right now, I like how there's a contrast between Lodi and the Drifter, whereas like Drifters shoot first, ask questions later. Lodi is see all angles before shooting. I really appreciate that they have a contrasting character archetype. Sorry you heard that. My trash can is close to my desk.
You sure your informant ain't running us around in circles, Square?
Kiosk is risking a lot just to speak with me. And I've vetted them, of course.
Yeah, you're probably right. All those ones that tried to kill us are just bad apples.
People aren't all one way or another. That's what makes us interesting.
Well, I mean, I know I just vaporized those guys from the edge of existence. When it really comes to it, though, like, we Guardians, we are brutal, I guess. Especially with, like, our powers and our capabilities. But then again, you know, if they're shooting you, you shoot back. Oh, he's running. Oh, he's dead. I know there's a lot of goodies in this area, but I already collected it on my other character. I do want to talk about a little bit about the architecture, though. In that, like, I appreciate that this still keeps the vein of Elixir design, and how in the last mission, like, yeah, it might not have looked like much, but that was like the power generator, right? When it comes to those, like, to those sequences and those themes, like, if you're gonna be doing, like, big sabotage missions, I mean, they only have, like, one catch, which is, like, one of, like, the major ships that they have. For the uninitiated, Elixir are basically, like, space pirates, and so, like, what's happening here is that these multi-muti cell, like, if you missed what they were saying, is that, the Archon is talking to them through these celluloid mushroom things. So it's not like a zombie pirate situation. It's a zombie pirate situation, but also it's like a hive mind pirate. It's like the Borg. If the Borg and the Elixir teamed up, I guess. Except it wasn't cyborg. It was like bioborgs. You know what I mean? Like. Anyways, Lodi's waiting on us. Let's go find him.
I've been talking to that drifter fellow. Not a name I'd self-apply, but I like him. He understands what it's like to be stranded far from home. Anyway, he was telling me about these aliens who are giving the Ionians such a hard time, the Elixni. Apparently, they normally live on something called ether. Huh. Seems like you already have some experience with it. Interesting. The locals say these Elixni augment their supply with dark matter. Who knows what physiological effects that's having. Might be the reason they're so hostile. I suggest you assess their production lines. If we learn how the dark matter is affecting them, it might give us some leverage.